to this episode of Daily Driven Exotics, the comment box, where you guys leave your comments in my YouTube videos and I randomly go through them and I find a whole bunch that I answer. And I also read out, general statements or things that I find that might have some really good entertainment value. So the first thing you probably notice about me today is I'm wearing driving gloves. Why am I wearing driving gloves when I'm in my kitchen talking to you guys about YouTube video comments? Well, I'll tell you why. This video is not only going to be an episode of the comment box, but it's also going to be the episode that I tell you guys finally about the giveaway that I've been talking about doing with my 458 GT Shield that I had left after we took it off from the Liberty Walk kit. So the reason why I have the gloves on is it's actually going to be partially a story of how I got that car, what were some of the first things I did with it. However, I bought the car and I drove it immediately down the entire West Coast from Canada to Southern California. So the entire West Coast of the United States. And I went and did fuel run immediately that summer with it within like a couple of weeks of buying the car. And when I was out in Monterey for fuel run and Monterey Car Week, I went to the Casa Ferrari house right off of the highway there. And I bought these driving gloves. They were the first pair of driving gloves I'd ever owned. I'd always been kind of skeptical of these gloves, but believe it or not, I'm a huge fan of driving gloves now. They're great for long drives especially. I wouldn't necessarily throw them on to drive around town or do anything like that. That'd be a bit weird. But they are generally great for long distances because they prevent your hands from getting that kind of sticky feeling when you're driving in the summer and you're sweating or perspiring a bit, or you're doing really aggressive driving. It just provides a really good feel to the steering wheel. And yeah, I think you kind of look badass while doing it. So this is like a little memento or thing that I remember about my 458 when I first got it, because I did a lot of driving in these gloves, and they're actually Ferrari driving gloves. I bought them at the Casa Ferrari house. Now, more importantly, what are we giving away? We're talking about giving away. This is one of the actual shields from my Ferrari 458 out of DuPont registry. And the reason and the significance of having this magazine is that my car was in this magazine. In fact, a company you might have heard of, Tire Stickers, asked if they could use my car for their advertising. So there it is right there. The Ferrari 458 GT in the Tire Stickers ad in DuPont registry. And now DuPont and I have known each other for several years. They've been a fan of my hooning of supercars. They've always promoted and posted some of my biggest viral videos, the Lamborghini WRC if you haven't seen it, or the Lamborghini Gymkhana, and some of my other videos even that I've done with the 458. Now, that car that you just saw originally had two of these. A little backstory on whoever gets this, if you don't already know, the other shield was given to none other, pro Formula D driver Ryan Turk. The reason for that is Ryan and I met at SEMA a couple of years ago, and Ryan and I wanted to do a video where Ryan got an opportunity to drift supercars. And of course I had two Ferraris. So I had the Liberty Walk wide body / GT 458, and I also have an '08 Scuderia, as you guys probably still know, which was on my vlog yesterday. And so we took both cars out. I got a big skid pad, and Ryan made an episode of Turked. You guys can find that on YouTube. And anyhow, he had a great time. The result of that was he actually was so in love with the sound of the 458, he went out and got his sponsors together and said, hey, look, he pitched him this idea. I want to take a 458 engine and transplant it into an FRS. And to this day, now that has become a reality, and Ryan is now hooning a Ferrari 458 powered FRS.
What's up, guys? So I'm here with Ryan Turk's 458 6 build, which is the car that got the 458 engine put in it after coming up to Vancouver, British Columbia, and driving my 458.
So it's a sick car. Congrats to Ryan on that build and all the success he's having with it. He's putting out some sick videos, you guys. You got to check it out. They're all produced through Donut Media. Long story short, at the end of our weekend of driving the supercars with Ryan, I gave him one of these shields as like a little memento for him to remember his experience.
The badge from the 458 that you have to take off when you put the Liberty kit on.
Yeah. We'll replace it with some cheap ass stickers.
some decals.
Some decals.
Some decals. So I'm stoked. This is fucking sweet. Like the first Italian supercar that I got to shred the tires off of, I now have been awarded the badge from. So that's pretty fucking rad.
First time hooning a Ferrari. And so I have the other one and we're gonna give it away. Now let me read some of the comments in the comment box. We'll do that, and then I'm going to tell you at the end of this video how it is you guys can participate absolutely free for someone to win this. And then I have other giveaway stuff. For example, I actually have one of the keys still from the 458. So we're going to give away both of these separately. I thought I was going to maybe give them away together, but that would be silly. Why not spread, you know, the stuff around here? So the more winners, the better. The key we'll do at a later date. We're gonna start it off with the shield. So I gotta take these silly things off because we're not driving a car. And I need to be able to use my finger on the trackpad to obviously read some comments. So let's get to it. None other than the Daily Driven Exotics comment box, episode 3. All right, question number 1. How come your business partner doesn't represent DDE? He should get a wrap on that white Ferrari. Well, this is kind of like, and I wrote back already, so I'm going to read my answer to this person. This is a 3-part question, really, or answer to this question. The first part is, this person's assuming that the white Ferrari, the '08 Scuderia, is my business partner's car. It is not. It is Daily Driven Exotics' car. It is my car. And the second part of the question is, should be representing DDE. If you look actually on the windshield, it says Daily Driven Exotics right across the windshield in the classic Italian flag colors. So it is representing Daily Driven Exotics. And thirdly, Oliver, my business partner, is actually a professional motorcycle racer. He's raced for a very long time. He's raced all over the world. He's raced in Daytona with the AMA guys. And he has since retired from his full-on professional motorcycle racing career, but still races on a professional level, just not at the highest levels anymore. Down in the United States, he goes down several weekends a summer, and he does that, and he just loves it. His thing is motorcycles. He does like cars. He really appreciates the Ferrari, but motorcycles are his thing. And I really appreciate him, and this will answer some other questions that don't come from this, but I really appreciate Oliver on a lot of levels, but especially because he stores the Scud at his home for insurance purposes. A lot of people don't know, but where I live in British Columbia, Canada, they are very strict about supercars and how they're insured. And one of the things on the form when you go to insure your car that dictates what your premium is going to be is, where is the car stored? They want to know it's stored in the safest, most secure location possible. And one of those locations is the garage of someone's permanent residence. So being that I only have a 1-car garage here at my home, I couldn't store the Huracan or the 458 and the Scud here ever at the same time. And they want to know it's got a permanent residence somewhere, which helps with insurance purposes. So he gives me the pleasure of storing that car at his home in Victoria. So that helps with all of that stuff. And also, you know, even when the cars aren't here at my house, the wife likes to park in the garage, especially in winter, because it's been freezing the last little while. And if it wasn't in the garage, it'd be just smothered in ice and frost. So she likes it that the Huracan's actually not here right now. Schrodinger's other cat, I'm pretty sure that's the person's username. He says, why are you getting a service indicator on your upshot on the 5th gear at 9:14 minutes? He's talking about this video. The reason why it says service on the dash is because the car requires a service. That's it. Sorry, man, I wish I had a better answer. The Ferrari dealership is not on the island where we live. You have to go get in line, sit for the ferry, take an hour and 45-minute ferry ride, and then drive another 45 minutes into Vancouver where the Ferrari dealership is. And it's not like a major service. It's like a normal, you know, probably like a couple $1,000 service. So it's gonna get done really soon. I'm sure I'll vlog that trip to the dealership. Supercar Hunter or Supercars Hunter says, I'm so confused why you don't keep the Ferrari Scuderia in your garage. I answered that question already. I actually remember seeing that. That's why I answered it in the first thing that I said in this video. Yildiz asks, what are you gonna do with 50 jackets? So I'll clear that up. First of all, it's not 50 jackets, it's 37. It's worth $50,000, all those jackets. The reason is the jackets are worth approximately $1,350 a piece. And then we also have all these beanies, toques, that are in there as well. What he's talking about is I got from a company called CMFR Canada. They're a kick-ass company. They're essentially the direct competition to Canada Goose. If you don't know who CMFR is, you might know who Canada Goose is. And you want something to protect you from the elements, but you also want to look freaking good doing it. You don't want to look like a tool wearing a big poofy jacket. So they make these beautiful jackets, and they sponsored my rally, Snowball Rally. So if you go to www.snowballrally.com with modern day cars, a whole bunch of them being supercars, and my participants this year get jackets and beanies from CMFR Canada, which is super rad. So that is what all the jackets are for. Do you own both the Lamborghini and the Ferrari? Yes, I do. Technically, Daily Driven Exotics owns them. Here's a good one. Rockerman45 on my video where I take my previous Sony a7S II and I have sold it because I now have the a6500, which is correcting that awful issue I had with the autofocus being out of focus on the other camera. This is doing a better job. I didn't need both cameras, so I sold the other camera. Rockerman45 says, DSLR in a bubble mailer only? Question mark. RIP camera needs to have a box with bubble wrap and padding. Shipping is very, very hard on packages. Shipping is very, very hard on packages. And a bunch of other people commented, LOL, wondering about the fate of the camera. So here, Jim D and Rockerman, I can answer this. What you don't realize is I wasn't just shipping the camera like any old regular way. I wasn't going to FedEx or UPS, and it wasn't going like across the country or anything. It was going basically to the mainland, to Vancouver, which by flight, by seaplane, is only a 30-minute flight. And the seaplane terminal, which we use all the time when you live on the island to get stuff from the mainland, they handle things with care. You literally like hand it to this person and they walk it out to the plane in a box. They put it in the plane, they pick the box back up, they walk it back in the terminal, they put the box down behind the counter, and the person who is to claim the item goes and picks it up. It's not like they're throwing it around. It's literally walked out to a seaplane, placed in the seaplane, and brought back into another office within 30 minutes. So that's why I trusted putting it in only that small envelope with a little bit of bubble wrap, because I've shipped stuff with them all the time and they're not tossing it around, so it's cool. Reef Gaming says, do not get a BMW i8, LOL, I think the Lamborghini fits you better, buddy. Don't worry, Reef, I am not getting rid of the Lamborghini or the Ferrari anytime soon to replace it with an i8. The i8, I was simply saying in the video, was something I thought about getting as, you know, another, like a third car, like just a commuter. So Charlie.com says, do you drive while flying the DJI? Question mark. If so, you do a pretty good job. No, I do not. What I do is I take the DJI and I put it in follow me mode, and the drone just follows the remote. It follows the remote with the Phantom 3 Pro that I have, where the Mavic, the one that I lost in Hawaii in the ocean, that one was, I thought, in my opinion, a bit cooler. It was more, had a tracking software where on the screen, it could do like subject tracking, that's the word I'm looking for, where I could actually touch the screen, touch me, or touch the truck, or touch something, and it'll lock on to that subject and it'll track that subject. And you can do a whole bunch of different views. So you can do like follow me mode, or like, I don't know what it's called, point of view mode or interest mode, or where it like follows you from the front, or it can follow you from the side, or it can do like a 360 thing around you. It had a lot more options. Maybe this thing does it too. I just haven't spent the time to learn about it, but that's essentially what I do. I am not flying the drone and also trying to drive the vehicle. That'd be very dangerous, very dangerous. I got a couple of really nice comments here. I mean, there's not really any questions, but I'm gonna read them to acknowledge the people who write this nice stuff. It's cool, I appreciate it. So, Aprica, sorry, again, some of the usernames I'm not gonna be good at pronouncing. I'm awful at pronouncing stuff in general. I mean, I butcher car titles and names all the time, and I'm aware of that. It says, I discovered your vlogs a few weeks ago, and since then, every day I'm waiting for a new vid. The way how you explain your day by day and the things that happen to you are amazing. Your way of filming the cars with drones and GoPros is so good too, and how you interact read more with people, and how you share your family experiences are very enrichful. I liked your channel because of the supercars, but now I have to say that I like your channel to know about your way of life and thoughts and your sincerity about things, and also let me improve my English. Jaja, great job. Oh, best regards from Barcelona, Spain. Well, thank you so much for watching my channel. I appreciate the kind words. I hope to meet you someday. I want to travel all over the world and meet as many fans as possible, and put as many people in the supercars that are in my possession so that we can all share them together, because that's ultimately what I want to do. I've had people share their cars with me before I could afford them, and it's what kept my dream alive, and I just want to pay it forward. James Parker, also right below this last comment, says, "Sup man, I'm from Wellington, New Zealand, and I really enjoy your vlogs lately. Can't wait to see the new Tire Slayer 2.0 all wrapped and kitted out. Going to be head turner for sure, and your 430 is amazing as well. Would be good to maybe see a race between them sometime." I would absolutely love to race them. I'll tell you right now though, it's gonna kind of suck, because the Huracan's gonna blow the doors off of the Scuderia, considering it now has over 800 horsepower. No brainer, it's gonna go faster. But it would be fun to just try. I do have footage actually of racing the Scuderia versus the 458. I don't know, if I can find it, I will cue some of that in. If I can't find it, I will put a link to the video like right here for you guys to go and watch the race. It's nothing super fancy, it's just some like behind the scenes extra footage from when Ryan Turk and I did his Turked episode in the Ferraris. And if you want to know who won, it's probably not who you think. So with that said, let's move on to, what do you got to do to get your hands on this? How do you become the winner of the Ferrari 458 GT legendary fender shield? The one of two, where Ryan Turk, the pro drifter, has the other one. Well, I thought long and hard about this, and I think myself and my business partners overcomplicated it at one point, and we just came back to the basics. We want you to, one, subscribe to the YouTube channel. You'd be surprised how many people probably watch YouTube videos but don't subscribe to the channel. It is a huge way that costs you absolutely nothing to show your gratification to me and my channel and all my hard work. I spend countless hours a day thinking up how to take my day and shoot it in a way that works for you guys without really interrupting or shooting, too much of my family who don't want to really be like totally in all my vlogs. And I can bring like car content to you guys, so I have to travel far places sometimes to get car content for you. And it's just a great way to show your appreciation. So step one is, please subscribe to my channel, and I can see on my channel, I can see all my subscribers, so I can verify if you've subscribed or not. Step two is, all you got to do is go to dailydrivenexotics.com and subscribe there with your primary email address, typically the one you would use for Facebook. I believe this is what most people use, the primary email address. all you got to do is submit your email, do an email submit on our website, and that's it, folks. We were gonna say, you know what, all the people who subscribe to our website and subscribe to the channel, that's like one submission. So the two of those combined creates one submission into the contest to get this. And we're gonna put everybody's names in and pull one totally at random. We were gonna say, if you support us by going to the store and purchasing any one of our items, for every item you buy, we're gonna see that order come in and we're gonna put that person's name into the contest an additional time for everything they buy. So if they buy a hat, they're gonna go in for one more time their name. If they buy a hat and a shirt and 2 shirts or 5 shirts or 5 hats, we're gonna put their name in 5 times into the contest box. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull out an email address, we're gonna email that person and say, congratulations, you won the shield. And when they reply, we'll get all their info and we'll do a video of who won and where they live in the world and where this is gonna go. So, and then we'll do the key shortly after. So the contest duration is gonna be for the next 2 weeks. So actually, hold on, I'm thinking. That might, well, 2 weeks works because that's just before Snowball Rally. Yeah, that would work. So today's Friday. That means, hey, on the day that I do the press release for the Huracan down in San Diego at Speed Society's headquarters, that would be January the 20th, a Friday, I believe, just to confirm. Yes, the 20th is the day that we will be doing the press release for the Huracan. That will be the day I will also announce who the winner of the contest is. So thanks for watching today's comment box video as well as giveaway contest. I am super excited to find out who's going to be the new owner of this, as well as who's going to eventually be the new owner of the Ferrari key, as well as who's going to be the new owner of some of the giveaways for hats. And we're going to start doing all sorts of fun, cool giveaways. I'm going to try to do things other than the hats and my apparel, because that's just done all the time. I want to do really unique stuff. That's stuff that like typically someone watching my videos who doesn't yet own a supercar, who maybe isn't in the supercar circle of people, like doesn't live in Southern California where it's just like Disneyland of supercars, can get their hands on something that's a genuine supercar part or something that's really memorable and unique and represents Daily Driven Exotics in some form or fashion. That's the kind of stuff I'm going to give away. So it's not just going to be like my hat. You guys can go buy my hat if you want or don't. So thanks for watching today's video. I apologize in advance if you came to watch this video for supercars, because this video was not about that. See you guys tomorrow.